How to let go of control, the art of surrender in dating. So what do we try to control when we're dating? We try to control when a guy doesn't text back after a great date. There's also the times when a guy you've been dating for a while hasn't asked you to be exclusive yet. And you're ready, but he's not. And sometimes we try to control the outcome by being pushy, by trying to push him to commit. Let's discuss why we control. Well, the first reason is we're afraid of what will happen if we let go of control. For example, we'll lose ourselves, we'll get hurt, we'll be disrespected. Another reason we control is we are attached to an outcome that we think is best for us. And we come in with this one idea, this one outcome. This is the best outcome. And it actually closes us off to what could be better for us. So when you get out of that controlling, fixed mindset, you open yourself up to what could be better. And this is why we surrender and let go of control. So control is about either fast forwarding to the future, being future focused and thinking about what could happen, or rewinding to the past. What happened in the past? Oh my God, this happened before. I don't want this to happen again. So when we surrender and let go of control, we are present. And what that does is it changes our body. We feel calmer. We feel more at peace. And when we're more at peace, we are also less guarded and we're more open to men. And that is sexy and attractive, and it creates more depth and more intimacy and more authenticity. So how do we surrender? Surrender means to stop fighting. Stop fighting with yourself. Stop fighting the universe and the natural flow of things. Stop resisting and pushing against reality. Surrender is complete acceptance of what is, plus the faith that all is well, even without my input. It's not about taking no action at all. It's about taking action from the place of surrender energy. There's surrender energy and there's control energy. And one way to think about it is control energy is like rowing a boat upstream against the tide. You're rowing really hard and pushing against the tide. Versus surrender energy, which is dropping the oars and floating downstream and letting yourself be open to what you experience in the water. So when you're in that control energy, one way to let go of it and get into surrender energy is just to say to yourself something like, let go of the oars. For those of us who are trying to control everything, letting go of the oars and not resisting so much can make you open up to something incredible. So if it's hard for you to shift into that energy, you can ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I let go of control? You question if it's really true. So let's say if I don't control, if I don't text him, I'm afraid he'll forget me. So you ask yourself, is it really true? If it is not true, I mean, we don't know. Maybe he will forget you, but texting him is not going to help, right? Texting him is not going to remind him that you exist. He knows you exist. And so you lean back into that surrender energy and see what happens. You can't know what's going to happen if he doesn't text you. What's wrong with that, right? What would be terrible about that? You'll find out that he's not that interested and you'll move on. The next thing you want to ask yourself is, which side of the street am I on? Now, this is a term used by people who talk about your business versus somebody else's business. A lot of times we try to control somebody else's business. We try to influence somebody that we have no control over. So we can only control ourselves, right? We control our response to things. We can control how we show up, how we speak up. But we can't control how the other person responds. And the third thing is, when have I let go and things have worked out? So I want you to ask yourself those three questions. And so there are probably many times in your life where things have worked out. I believe that the universe is friendly, that if we allow things to happen, we can practice this skill of allowing, of surrendering, of being open to what the universe has in store, of not trying to control every piece of it. So I hope that you will work on noticing when you're trying to control and really using these steps to start to surrender control and notice what happens. Notice how men show up with you. Notice how much more playful you become, how much more present you become. Notice that you might even go on your last first date.